how you say, tools, right? That's on this side. Okay, before we start, you can use your mouse. You can use your control button in this case. So what I'm doing is you're seeing right now, I'm zooming in and zooming out. So you can do that by pressing down the control key, and then if your mouse has a browser, that scrolling button, you do that. And what?
Sorry, Ronicha was going to ask, are you recording this as well?
I did not hit the record yet. I forgot about that.
Okay. I'll try and record and see how far my memory can go. Just in case if some people miss it, we can upload it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So you're gonna record it from your end.
Yeah.
Okay.
If my space finishes up, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So hold the control button, scroll bar up and down. You go zoom in and zoom out. There's mostly to yes. You can see I'm going side to side, left to right, right to left. That you hold on the shift key, the shift button, and same scroller or scrolling button. What calls it the browser? And then there was something. Oops, didn't know I could do that. Okay. Yeah. One, the top two. Is my screen too small? The Inkscape of the screen view, is it too small for you? Let me try to make it bigger.
I think people can zoom in.
Okay.
Yeah. I think people can zoom in with.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm clicking on the menu here, one can see because it looks small to me in my eyes, but I'm not sure how to make it big anyways. Oh wait, I think I might. No, I don't know.
Let me ask the people in the group. Are you guys fine with the screen so far?
I'm using a phone, so it's easier a little small.
Okay.
No, well, the phone will be a different. Okay, it's fine. Anyhow, by the end of this lesson, I will give email all of y'all the lesson tutorial, so you won't entirely be lost. So if you miss out something here, you will get to redo it all over again. So here's in the menu, you got these. Around any application you open, there's always that menu on the top, right? Then can you move this side? On this, you got these two menus on this side. We'll call them toolbars for now, and the toolbars on this side. So just make it big here, and okay, that's how you do that. The next one. All right. Each of these in this toolbar, you got. Let's see, the first one is saying select and transform objects. In brackets, each of these toolbars has a shortcut. So if you want to create a rectangle or a square or a circle, for a rectangle or a square, you just hit the R button on your keyboard, and then you just as long as your mouse is inside there. So R, and then you got the little small plus sign with the square, and then you just drag and draw the square. Okay, same thing with the circle. You could click on it, or once you get familiar with the tool, you'll know which shortcuts to use. Then you just draw a circle. Although it seems to have formatted colors, it seems to change colors here. We'll get to that in a bit. I'm hearing some background noise there. Um, so when you draw an object, you'll have these. I wonder if you can see that. These, what you call them, arrows, on the sides. On 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll leave it to Taleni to answer questions and to whatever came up there. Right, you see those little arrows. So there's two kind of arrows, 1 and 2. So these arrows are for scaling up or scaling down, making it bigger, making it small. Then you got the other arrow, you have to click inside the object again. So in this case, the object is a square. You click inside the square, and then you got the other type of arrows that says you can rotate it. So it's just a matter of moving your mouse how you want to move it. And then as you see I'm rotating, you'll see these numbers on the top here. Right? That says X, it's horizontal coordinate selection, your Y is your vertical, you got the width and height. You'll see these numbers changing as you changing your object, you're rotating and all that. Click on it again and you're scaling it, you'll see the Y changing because I'm moving the Y to this one. Then you see X, Y changing, all objects, all width and height. So what effect you do here changes, the values changes there. So which means you can actually change the value here as well for precision. Okay, if you have questions, you can just type it out there. Press F1 to use the selection tool and click on the rectangle. Oh, okay. So this is the mouse. So I use the mouse to click in the object, apparently. Yes, the shortcut key F1, this is your selection arrows. The arrow is like that, it's your selection tool. When it's the other way, those are your
Excuse me,
rotate.
Ronicha.
What?
One of the participants are asking if you can, I guess, show them how you just, let me see this, because some of them are asking if, just hold on, trying to see this messages now. How do I get to it? Okay, so
Must I
some of them
open?
are,
Mm.
yeah, some are asking, how, you mind showing how you made the box again?
Okay, no,
Because
I can do it from the beginning. That's why I can delete it. Okay. Um, if you can see my mouse on the, what is this, left, on the left part of this the screen, you got your, hold on, right, you got these tools. So the arrow tool is your select and transform. You got the other one here, then you got your square. Below the square, you got the circle. So I just clicked on the circle, or you can type in, press R while you're in here. So I clicked on the circle, and then you move your mouse inside your canvas. This little thing that looks like a page, that is your canvas where you're going to draw your do your art and design. And then you just click and drag to whatever size you want it, size or shape, size for now. Okay, let's say just doing a little poster. So there it is. um, we'll come back to that later. So it just shows a blue for color for default. We'll get to coloring later. So that's how I got through the square. For a circle, you got your circle, you got your star, you got a cube, you got this other tools. These are your main tools. The square, circle is a star and a polygon. Let's take a star and polygon because I think it's one and the same object. So I'm going to hold on my mouse. And that's not a very clear color, but I'll just see. Right now it's a star, right? And there should have been another way to make it not a star. Okay, so this is how you just click on these things and you just draw your objects there. Okay. Is that fine? I can move on. Yeah, so currently the spiral tool is still selected. So if I want to select the box that I just drew, I just go to the select and transform object, which is this first, icon in the toolbox, right? And then you just click on it, so you don't do any mistake by accident. So as I was saying, Inkscape got each tool you use here has a shortcut key. So this currently the arrows are in the selection. Is called these. The arrow shape is a selection tool, so you can scale in, make it smaller, make it bigger. Do I need to worry about anything here? Right. So hold on a second. That's your select. All right. Yeah, for those new people that joined in, it was last minute, so no problem. We'll wait for we will continue the lesson. But as I was saying, tutorial, if you can just put in a message there that they will still get the lesson tutorial by the end of the lesson. Right. As I was, hold on. Selection tool is these arrows, rotating tool. When the arrows, I showed you how you can rotate, right? And selection. Okay. Moving on. The next thing, when you draw your object, the next thing you want to do is decide where you want to color it a different color. And a shortcut for that you will see on this side. Okay, coming up on this side. Is there a way to hide this little thing? Um, Shift Control F. So Shift Control F. Come on, it's supposed to work. Ah, there it is. Go there. Shift Control F gives you this little thing here called fill and stroke. All right. So you can change the color of the object as long as you got it selected, like I do. Then you can change your color. So let's There, you can change it to whatever color you want. You can even change it. These are your flat colors, right? Right now, that's the flat color that's selected. Excuse me. You got your linear gradient, so you click here for a linear gradient. Then you got your radial gradients. I suppose those who are familiar with CSS, you'll understand what linear and radial gradient mean. Um, you got mesh gradients, you have with patterns and some other stuff. So I'm not going to mess around with this right now. We're just getting down to the basics here. Okay. Um, opacity is 100. So below you can change the value, whether you want to add a blur, whether you want to add a opacity or not at all. Okay. There's blur. Opacity does this, make it look a bit more transparent, closer to 0. You get. So that's your fill and stroke. There is more, sorry. That's fill, not stroke. There's stroke paint. Stroke would be your border. Let's see. Yeah, that would be nice to make it nice. I think let's do make it more red. Red. Uh, you got these other selection which you can color selection. You can styles. I'm not sure what to call that word right now. And you got stroke style. Ooh, yes, let's do. You got your dashes, markers, join list. Fancy with this one. Be nice one. Yeah. With. Yeah. So there, we got some turquoise looking color scale with a red border. So that's full and stroke for you. Shortcut again, shift control F. Um, depends on what you, oh, where am I? Okay, shift stroke. Okay, yeah, depends on what it is you like, whether you're comfortable with this style of coloring or just go straight to the wheel and I don't make it bigger. Yeah, man. It's ready, yeah? Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, so you can just choose, yeah. So I prefer this way, some may prefer the other way, okay? Mm -hmm. I'm just going to undo stroke. Oops, bad. So bad. Go back. Stroke. Style. Merge. Back to full. Put a darker color in this. Okay. Then go here. Press F27 to get a gradient handles. Okay, so apparently there's a shortcut key to get gradient handles. So you want to change the gradient, where you want the gradient to color to go differently. So F2. Okay, so I just pressed F2 now, and then all you have to do is adjust the color points. F2 is the color points. F7, let's just, there it is. If you're not seeing, this is a very small. Let's see if I can go in here. Okay, there is a square on the end of the color here, and then there's a circle. Okay, I don't know if it's a circle or a square, which you can use to change your gradient for some way. Let's see. Oh, okay, that is something there. So that is when you got the radial. What I have, I had linear gradient selected, so you can do that with linear or radial. Like F7 mostly is your color. Okay, so that's a color picker thing. Okay, so have I went a bit too fast here? I mean, it was actually slow, but given that it's gradient, it's not too complicated, is it? Just play around here, play around there. So that's basically gradient fill and fill. So you could do the same, I suppose, with stroke colors. Um, right. Okay, let's go back and select the object. With the object selected, you can also duplicate the object. If you're familiar, the shortcut for duplicate is Control D. So with the object selected, you just Control D and you got the object selected, but it's there. It was on top of the other one. Okay. All right. So that's Control D for duplicating. Let's just add in another object here. Let's put a circle somewhere down and just put a decent enough. No, I want the color. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. Control D again is to duplicate an object. The next shortcut is for grouping objects together. So that's your Control G. So you have you select all the objects you want to group. So I'm holding down the Control button and selecting which one would think it should work, but it doesn't. Or maybe another way then. How do you? That worked in Word. Control A. Huh. Yeah, generally Control A works with most things, and it works with this almost. Let's see. Okay, it does. Yeah. So currently, each of them are individual objects. So we're going to group them all together, or group whichever. Control A is all of on the canvas. So maybe you just want to group 2 or 3 objects out of the so many numbers you have there, so many objects you have there. So you select all, and then Control G. Control G. So you see these 3 objects that we grouped, they became one object. So now if you click out of it and click in it, you click one of them, they still one object. Now you can resize them, you can rotate them as well, because you made them one object. Okay. This is the fun thing about Inkscape. You kind of learn while I'm trying to teach you, which is good, because not I don't know everything on mouse. This nose is there. Come on, man, move. Okay, fine. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So that's basically what you to how to use Inkscape. Let's create a simple character. I'm not sure if anyone was here that would have come to my workshop last year. Doubt though, because I've done this last year. So I'm just going to delete all of this. We're going to create a character now. What's how we? Okay, perfect on time. Um, a game character. So the face of a character usually circular. Goodness, I need to change this color. Hold on. Fine. Ah, excellent. The face of a person would. Okay. Right now I'm drawing the head of the character. So we make it big a little bit. Remove that side. Thank you. Okay. Hold Control Shift to resize. Okay. That's the head, and we'll make it to the center screen. Then you're gonna do the eyes. So basically, that's a whole lot of circles of different colors. So let's just before we do that. Okay, no, let's do that. Any black. White, white, okay, so white. Okay, that's move in there. All right, then another one. Since we already have a circle, you just duplicate it again and just resize it instead of drawing all of. Change the color to um, yes, paint. Oh yes, there was something I was supposed to explain about the difference between paint and this. So I think with paint or the other ones, there's a thing called pixel. That paint is pixel graphics. With Inkscape, it's vector. They call it vector graphics. So yes, more refined with Inkscape. Okay, just one more, and then we're done with the eyes, or with one eye at least. Make it more black. Put more inside. Right. One. Uh, Okay, so I selected these three, the eye part, so I can duplicate it and make a second eye there. So they say cool. Oh, oh, okay, so I just now duplicate. Oh, shouldn't have done that first. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Group Control G, group it first, so it becomes one. Yes, you can do that. Then duplicate it. Duplicates. Why do you do that? Move it aside. Uh, right. So now we just need the eyes to look kind of straight or ahead. Right. Hmm. Um, so we're going to need to reverse. That's the word. Now flip to left, right, vertically. So to do that, the key for that is V. So hit wrong. That didn't work out the way it's supposed to work out. It's supposed to be V. Oh, H. Sorry, horizontal H. There. Okay. So we got something that resembles an eye. I have absolutely no idea. Wrong mouse. Um, to add some more detail effect, you can make a slightly transparent white rectangle and put it in the bottom. Maybe we could have done that on the first one and then duplicate the second one. Okay. This is, okay, so we could just delete and do that again. Some one little circle here. No. Um, you don't ungroup, there's still one group. All you gotta do is, if you what I did is press the H key. So it was like that. You press H to bring it this way. V for H is for horizontal flip, and V is for the vertical flip. That would be a very insane character if you do it that way. Okay, so H for horizontal, V for vertical. I just wanted this to be a little bit of white in there. Right. Hold down the shift key and then you'll be able to select inside the big circle just select the circles with the eye. Hold on the shift and then select. Huh. If it's in a group, then you think you have to ungroup them. Oh, oh, may not have to ungroup. Sorry. You hold down the control key and then you'll be able to select an object inside the group. Welcome. Okay. Should I move on or wait? Okay, some more notes. All right, I'll move on. You can still ask questions. So we got the eyes. The only thing I left out is the transparency. It's just you can do that when I'll retry it again when you want after that. Next up, eyebrows. Eyebrows basically as a square or rectangle. Sorry, square. So I'm just gonna draw a little rectangular object here. Give him some color. Not that kind of a color. This kind of a color. It's closer to brown. Okay, that. Gonna put it just above. Oh, okay. Could have done that. Right. Alright, so just rotate it a little. I want to do it. Okay, and bring it a little. Bring it a little in. Okay, that's it. Then duplicate and move it to the other side, and then you can just change the rotation in this one. Don't have to be precise. You can. It's a character. It can be a cartoon character, so it can look all funny, I suppose. Right. Got the face down, the eyes down, the eyebrows. Next. The mouth. To make a mouth or draw something looks like a mouth, you use an ellipse. Okay, the circular object. Duplicate, color picker. Yes, okay. 2 circles. Let's attempt that. Okay, 1 circle. Draw a thing that looks like a mouth. Right down to here. A little bit. Okay, a little bit there. Let's make it a white. You guys can play around with color. It's cool. Alright, so let's just a little bit that away. Okay, so I'm going to draw another circle, ellipsis object over this one with a different color. So it'll actually look like something that's gonna be looking like a mouth. Actually, we're going to use a color picker for that. To color the second one, we'll use a color picker for this object. There it is. Oh, it all looks like a mouth. Cool. Unintentionally did that too. Okay. Well, that was easy. Kind of. Okay, moving on. Next up, the nose. Pretty much same thing that we did with the mouth. Let's just change and make it more darker. That does not look dark. Okay, that looks at nose. D. Change it to the face object. Simple. Kinda looks okay. So, oh, that's about it. Wrong. Bring it aside. Oh, so that's for the face. Now we can just do the same for the ears. And for those of you that are uh, doing this along with me, how's it? Hello? I have no idea what that person is saying. Borders around. Okay, yes, it was. It would have been your stroke paint, a stroke style or stroke paint. Stroke paint. It would have been a border like that. So you just click on the X that says stroke paint, and then there's no border. No problem. Okay. Um. All right. Okay. Moving on to the ears. Someone is making a lot of noise here. That sounds like Nomawea too. All right. Ears next. It's pretty much a circle as well. So we're just gonna do one. Right. One circle like that. And then you put in the center of the face. That's the second circle. So you do one circle, center where you want your nose to be, unless you want to be somewhere else. Then you duplicate it, and then when you duplicate it, you just move it a little bit, and then you choose color picker, and then when you choose color picker, you color picker the face so it becomes the same color as the face. Okay. Well, my nose is not really much in the center. Let's move it to the center. Um, there is the circle might just go over the eyes. If that's the case, there is a way to solve this. I think. I think it was just indexing some to go keep behind. See if I can find it. Create a clone, duplicate, create a selected clone, group selected object, ungroup. Yeah. Well, if that does give a problem, let me know. I'll just find it. There's just a way for that to appear behind the eyes or behind something. Back to the ears. One circle, duplicate the second one, make it smaller. Yeah. Okay, let's bring it more inside, and then You can perfect it however you want. I'm just going to do it as is. Shift, select the ears, duplicate, group it becomes one ear. Then duplicate and move it to the other side, and just horizontal flip again. And there we got 2 ears, or what looked like ears. Mm. Okay, I will move on to, I think we got almost finishing. We just got the neck and the top part of the body and the accessorizing of the head, which is either hat or hair. I think it's about done with after that. Okay, so that's the neck is a rectangular object. So just gonna draw it down here somewhere. Okay, select. Okay, so there, just to make it distinct from the face itself, just give it a bit of a gradient, just a little bit of gradient. Alright, so we're just gonna go to the full, a touch of gradient, linear gradient, and linear gradients. F2 and Y, F2 to make it vertical. Okay, oh, cool. Well, I think it should be the other way. Oh, terrible centralization. Okay. Um, gradient, gradient. Ah, okay, this is better. Almost. Looks like a neck, except yes. Um, to make the top point a darker shade of the skin tone and the bottom point the skin tone, you move it to the back. So that is either page down or N key. That'll be a shortcut. So page down. Uh-oh, wrong page. Sorry. Page down, end. Okay. I believe Tutalane is doing that. All right, I think we just got one more. They've got the neck now. That's the upper part of the body, not that. A circle. Circle. Color pick that. No gradient. No. Okay. All right. Just need to do one thing, and I'm not sure how to do it. Ah. Okay. All right. The body. So I just okay. When you drew the circle, you would have had something that looked would have had been selected. If you to make it a half circle, you got that circle at the right side. You take it, you click on it, you drag it. Okay, move. Drag it to the other end to make it a half circle, like that. Okay, that is going to be the upper part of the body. We'll need to flip that vertically. There it is. And resize it to how you want it. Change the color so it looks a bit dressed up. Use the blue. Okay, blue. That blue. Yes. Okay. And there we have it. So we got what looks like a body or part of it. It may not be entirely done. Let's see. Uh, oh, the color, make another circle and in the color of the skin, match it in width and put it right under the neck. Okay, so this is not looking very centered. Okay, now if you just we're gonna draw another circle. Goodness, I hope it's a full circle, not a full circle. Okay, make it a full circle. Come on. Ah. Color of this. Oh, let me. Oops. And so just putting make it look a little bit, how you say, decent, colorly looking. Okay, this is picture. I mean, oh, I leave it as a half circle then. Looks not good. That looks terrible. Maybe it's the other way around. Oh, okay. It needs some work. Moving to the final component, which is the hat. Oh, when was this? Um, Last time we did the hat, the guys did some really fancy looking hats. So let's see. Um, Going to draw a circle again. Yes, circle, full circle. E. Color. Mm-hmm. Wow, didn't say I was an expert. Okay, there is my funny looking hat. The end. Well, the the end of basics. Right, that's the end of this lesson. Questions still doing? Anyone who is?
Hey, so do we have any question, guys?
I'm still saying.
From my side, so far, so good. No questions so far.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I know
Ronicha,
a few. Yes, a few following along. Yes, Tora.
I'll just read the questions below that we got during the whole workshop was going on. So,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
so the first question that we had was, do you mind showing how you made the box again?
Okay. Yeah, I did answer some of those questions while I was doing the lesson. So most of them, oh, this is nice. Most of them, well, I did answer as I did along. So let's see. I did show the square again. Then one was how to remove the borders. I showed that. Yeah. Totalani, I think most of the questions I did answer while I was doing the lesson because they were practicing as I was doing the lesson. They were trying it out. How to do? Okay, how do we do a half circle? I can do that. Let's wrong key. Half circle. So you're drawing a circle. You got these points. You got one on the top, a square one, you got a square on the left, and you got a circle on the right. You click on that circle, click and hold, and then you move it from the right to the left. And that's how you get a half circle.
Okay. The other thing I was gonna add and say is that some of the images of the workshop we're gonna upload on our social media pages. If
Oh yeah, yes. Can you do that? Yeah, we can do that, huh?
yes, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna send the what you call it now, the links to our pages on social media so that people can get to see them.
Yeah. How to do the top, make the cap to be the top layer. So to make the cap to be a top layer, or to make an object be a top layer, I think, in a second, it's you press a certain button. Page, okay, it's page down. You got the object select down. You want the object that is selected that wants to be behind, then you click select that object and you click page down or N, the N button, the N key. That's what was written. To make the top point of darker shade of the skin, that was earlier, so I'm just reading from the notes that I'm going to email you. You move it to the back with either page down or the N key. Okay, so I think I tried that when I did the neck. It seemed to have worked, I'm not sure. Yeah, when I did that. Yeah, he's recording it, so he will send it. Okay. Um, I think everyone who is this? Yes, Vanello. So, so Vanilla was practicing. This person here was practicing or trying it out. So yeah, for those of you that were trying it out, if you would like to see the end result when you're done, I'll email the rest of the actual tutorial to you right now as soon as we go off. Um, so should we end?
I think it would be a nice opportunity for people to give back their feedback.
Yes, that is yes.
If anyone has any feedback to give, it would really be nice. We would like to hear what you guys thought of the whole workshop and what would you like for us to do different on our next one, because we have another workshop next week, but it's going to be 2 o'clock.
Nice. Um, yeah, if you can like just speak out here because it's at the end of the session. Automatically moving objects. What that means. Hmm.
Okay, so is it correct? So we have no one that would like to give feedback. Is everything fine? Okay, so we're getting a few feedbacks through messages, Ronisha. So
Hmm.
a lot of people are,
Yes.
or one of the few. Okay,
Continue.
okay. So some people can't give feedback through mics because it's a struggle, but others say I like the session. Thank you. I think I'll probably struggle with being creative, but I like that Ron was showing us where to click. I think it's great that you're giving us the shortcuts. Another one like in the program and maybe a waving hand or moving leg. My mic is giving a bit of feedback. That's why I'm typing. Yeah. I also think the class was awesome and learned something new. So they already like you, Ronisha. So
Yeah.
should be fine.
Okay, that waving hand and moving leg thing. This Inkscape is very static. You can't do animation with it, but you can um, uh, you know how you get a comic artist, they draw something and the next page they draw another thing, you make the person move. So you can draw one thing and then your next drawing can be the same thing, and then just make the hand, for example, moving several different movements at a time. That's the difference with your, but you want animation can be done very nicely in Blender, when I'll be doing that lesson in a few weeks.
Cool.
Mm.
Okay. We have another. We actually have more coming in, so more feedback. It was helpful that it wasn't fast, especially because it was my first time using Inkscape. Helped that Ronicha was answering questions while teaching. We'll work with coding programs like Python or Java. Someone is actually asking, will we work with coding programs like Python or Java?
Um, Not for these workshops, not for the workshop we're running now. No. For the game development, we'll be using Unity, which is will be C sharp, but they made Unity. I mean, most of you probably haven't even heard of Unity. So Unity is a gaming engine that's advisable for most people who are very new to game making games, and it's most of the stuff is already done. Even the coding is already online. The objects that the game assets you're looking for will be available. So most of the work is done. All it's required for how you want your game to look and how you want to design your game. That's so it's user friendly for a beginner game person.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Okay. Someone is also asking. Just hold on. Uh, just go to chat. Okay. Mind explain what gaming engine is? Like I've heard about it in the past, but is gaming engine more like a ID or a server? Hmm.
Hmm. So what it's like, no, an IDE, if you know what an IDE is, but in fact you're using it means you know what an IDE is. It's not a programming language or a programming thing. It's an application. Think of it as an application that allows you to make a game. For example, before Unity, there was what was it? Game Yo-Yo game. What name was it?
Excuse me.
In Yo-Yo games made that 2D game engine. Uh,
Um, I don't remember
Something is
now.
called game. Let me just it's not coming to my head too.
Because
Yo-Yo
because the only thing I
game.
can think of, um,
Game Maker. Sorry, it's called Game Maker. Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Game Maker. So
yeah,
it's like Game Maker is a gaming engine for 2D games. So same like that. If you heard of
yeah,
Unreal, Unity and Unreal
yeah.
is similar. Yes, it's just the programming language is different, but it's similar. It's a gaming engine for 3D games, and well, Unity you can do 2D games with it. What else? Hmm. That's what a gaming engine would be, or a game engine.
de- definitely. Okay. Anything more we can add? Okay. Okay. Good feedback that we're receiving here. Okay. The last question, Ronisha, is the stuff we're making on Inkscape, will we put it onto Unity?
Yes, when you're making 2D games, I think in 2 weeks' time you're going to be doing a 2D game. So what you can use Inkscape to create your 2D game art and use that in your Unity games, in the Unity 2D games. So yes.
Okay. And how do they save it as? SVG file or what sort of file?
Hmm. Inkscape gives you a different a number of options, so it depends on what you'll be using it. So if you're just using Inkscape to do a poster or something like that, then you can just do PNG. SVG, if you obviously putting it in something like a web-based thing. For Unity, the art is what's it FBX, but I think we can convert it from an SVG to an FBX format. I'll have to find out and get back to you. So, would I be done?
So okay. Um, Ronisha, are we done?
Yes, we are done. Thank you all for attending. This is the first time I had 24 people, or more than 10. So that was nice. Thank you all for the comments. At least I know I did a good lesson. Yeah. Yeah, so even after this lesson, when you're still trying it out, practicing on your own, feel free to ask questions on the Slack group, yeah, the Slack chat we have will still be there. We hope to you guys will join us for the actual game jam. It's what we're preparing you all for. Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay. Um, Next week classes will be on me. So get ready, guys. I'm gonna teach you about storytelling concepts and visual arts, not visual arts, but just how you should how to create a perfect game. And Chupo Zach will be joining me for that as well. So see you guys next week. And thank you guys so much for coming to this workshop and just doing this. I'm so happy that you guys signed up. We didn't think it would be. We didn't expect this number of people, considering that we advertised in a short time. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm happy it worked out. Thanks. Hey guys, we're gonna end the meeting now. We're gonna upload all the videos and I mean the video we're gonna upload it on Instagram as well as on our Facebook channel. So if it's not there today, then it should be there tomorrow.
Can we
Thank you guys
add
for
the
coming.
video to the Slack? If
Yes.
not,
Um.
if not, then when you got it uploaded, just email showed me the link. I can email it to them one time.
Yeah, and we're gonna put it on YouTube too.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how this works. I recorded the video with Skype. So I hope Skype can show me how I can take it off Skype and put it onto YouTube.
Mm,
Okay, guys. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Sorry, next week.
next.
So okay. So your
Yeah.
Skype will
All
be
right.
recording. Okay. So should I stop recording?
Yes, stop recording.
Okay.